VA Secretary gives his 2 cents on the situation in California directly to Governor Newsom. When it comes to veterans in VA centers in LA, yes, it's a hot button topic here. Let's listen to what he has to say here. And as always, I want your thoughts and I will give you my thoughts. I'll tell you this straight up. We've never seen a VA secretary take such a stance on the political aspect, but he does remain confined to the veteran space. And so that's definitely done with intent here, but let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
See, this is what happens when you get into these discussions all the time, Lawrence. We talk about it's the riders and the peaceful riders, which we know they're not peaceful. We see what they're doing. They're throwing stuff at ICE. So they're taking it out on the police. But yet what we don't always talk about, and what Gavin Newsom and undoubtedly the mayor doesn't want to talk about, is the impact to the people who are just trying to live their lives. And look, we veterans in our town, especially LA, we have a large homelessness population of veterans, unfortunately, there, which we're working on fixing, that the president's taking initiative on. But we've got a lot who just need that basic care. And this ambulatory clinic, also our benefits office is closed as well. So people are having trouble getting, if they needed to come in for the benefits, they can't do that either. Our workers are displaced. Nobody talks about that. So I would love to see in all of his discussions, the governor out there and the mayor, why don't they actually talk about the real issue is, and that's that we can't get the services to the people that need it. So this is what happens when you...
All right, there you go. Okay, in case you're wondering, let me pull up the image the VA secretary shared here on X. This was June 9th. To the violent mobs in LA rioting in support of illegal immigrants and against the rule of law. That's the elephant in the room there. Your actions are interfering with veterans' health care. And then we see this image here. That being the U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs Ambulatory Care Center. Of course, there's some strong language there. And remember, veterans, we don't use bad words. Last time I said that, a lot of comments got really mad. But yeah, we don't use bad words to grow up. All right. Now, here are my thoughts. And I'm going to stay within the confines of veterans and VA centers in LA on this topic, which I think is for obvious reasons. And listen, hate him or like him, the VA secretary here, he makes a great point from the VA only perspective, right? How many veterans weren't able to seek care? I have no idea. How many veterans, what is the real impacts of the benefit office being closed? Again, I have no idea what the real impact is, but what I do know is that the answers to both of those questions aren't good, right? It's not good for veterans within that area. And California, LA specifically, has a ton of veterans, lots of Marines as well, Marines and Navy from like the San Diego area, Pendleton area. There's tons of veterans stemming out of that. And I know this is a pretty short topic here, pretty short video. I just wanted to address that. I think it's interesting the VA secretary is taking a more forward stance on political issues while still maintaining that VA veteran perspective. It tells me that it's coordinated, it's well thought. He definitely has a plan before going on Fox and Friends. Now, there are tons of other videos, not just this one here. Oh, let me share my screen. Not just this one that we watched here, but he is on tons of videos talking about, that's the parade there. Here's another video, right, on Newsmax. That one's 5 minutes long. We're not going to watch that one, but this is all over the VA secretary's X account. You just go there, see that beautiful, beautiful Dougie picture. And then you can just scroll down and have access to bam, bam, bam. There's 3 videos, right? So he's definitely taking a more forward stance. From a political figure perspective, which is quite different from the VA secretary. Anyways, I'll stop rambling. All right. If you made it to the end, subscribe. Please subscribe, comment, like, and share. That's how these videos get out. That's how YouTube pushes it. Let me know if you made it to the end. That's my favorite comment I like to see is I've made it to the end. Thank you very much. And yeah, I guess that's all I got. Till next time.